Welcome back to the Weeknd Reviews and to Every Song Reviews. If you're unfamiliar with what we do here, Every Song Reviews is where we take a project, in this case, the Weeknd Thursday, the mixtape, and it's basically just track reviews, but instead of just reviewing one track, I'm a completionist. I gotta review every goddamn track in the project. So yeah, there should be annotations around me somewhere. If you just want to I just want to know what he thought of this one track, you can just skip to that track, ignore the rest of the, what I'm assuming is going to be gigantic video. This is just an introduction. If you want a better sense of what this is, I have a House of Balloons Every Song Reviews and the official House of Balloons mixtape review, where it's like the entire body reviewing that. And hopefully we will review Thursday very soon also as a complete body of work. That being said, yeah, I'm ready to just jump right into it. Next. Not on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but on Thursday. Throw all my shit on the ground. First track, we got Lonely Star, and, this basically just kind of sets up the concept of the mixtape, which is, we got the Weeknd, who we already know is not the best person on the planet, a lot of sex, a lot of drugs. And then we got the Thursday girl, which is how I'm going to refer to her the rest of this video. And basically the Thursday girl, she's kind of like the Weeknd, like he's given examples of this before, where it's like kind of a normal girl and then she's brought into his lifestyle, and assumingly I doubt she had much relationships before, and now she meets the Weeknd, who is promising her a relationship, but only on one day of the week, that is Thursday, and assumingly the rest of the week he's fucking doing all sorts of crazy shit. And the concept, you know, for an album, it's pretty interesting. Or a mixtape, I'm sorry, but for music in general, it's an interesting thing. The Weeknd, he can get a tone down, he can get an idea down. Again, it's just the execution is always like the difference maker. Like in this track, there's a lot of noise going on. It starts off with that girl, you can barely hear her. She's like, and then the Weeknd, like his style, I referred to it in the House of Balloons review as a little bit as moaning in the background. I'm not saying that doesn't work, that's a tool. A more complimentary way of putting it would be he's one instrument that's a part of the song. He's just another instrument, and he makes that work or he doesn't. In this track, I think it's a little bit of both. It sounds okay. It's not catchy or anything. I do think he kind of just threw this mixtape a little bit together. I'm saying that he put three mixtapes out in 1 year, 2011, so that's not gonna necessarily work out great for you. And I'm not trying to say you can't put three mixtape out in 1 year and they're all gonna suck. This, like House of Balloons, it wasn't bad. From what I've heard of this mixtape so far, I don't think we're still gonna see, so I'm not gonna jump to conclusions. Lonely Star, it basically introduces these characters. They're both, it's a dark, twisted story, and it's an R&B song. Like, no one does this in R&B. The Weeknd, like, props to him. I like what he does. I just, sometimes the result is sometimes clumsy, but his beauty behind the madness, when we get to that, I'm so looking forward to that. But yeah, I think we'll just end the Lonely Star. It's an okay song. It's an okay beginning. It's nothing too special. But you know, it's it's worth listening to. I wouldn't skip it. So I think I'll give it a 5 out of 10. If you're watching this first time, my scores will be out of 5 out of 10, out of whatever number. They change periodically, depending on whatever I'm reviewing. So if I jump to 5 in the next track, that's my bad. But yeah, I forget which track we have up next, so just on to whatever that is later. Alright, track 2. This track is titled Life of the Party, and I remember when I first was looking through each of the songs, and the first time I went left to right through the mixtape, this was my favorite track. We'll see if that remains. I enjoy it. And 1 second. Okay, that's better. So yeah, this was my favorite track from the mixtape. We'll see if that remains to be seen. At the end of the first track, Lonely Star, it ends with her saying, I like the guitars, and immediately it just cuts into this track, and just these heavy fucking guitars at the beginning. It's like, bang, 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 just like going. And The Weeknd, he's not like, usually he's sad. That's his thing. He's like sad, moaning, look at all these drugs, and I don't think he should do that. I think, because in this track, he's almost like sort of angry, sadistic. He's like, kind of like this cutthroat narrator, and he's just, I think that should be what works for him. When I look at all the tracks I like, I don't think he's doing the sad, oh, what was me thing. He's giving different tones. Not that I'm saying like every single track where he's being sentimental, I dislike. What's the idea of this track? The idea of this track, one, we learn that the Thursday girl, she's coming from, he references her having money, so what I'm getting from her is she's this rich, pampered girl who probably doesn't know the outside world at all, probably hasn't had a boy ever, and he's ripping her from this sheltered life into this life of drugs and sex, which he's done before, but now it's like main character status. And yeah, and he's pretty much probably just using her for money, for drugs, and all this shit. It's a fucked up thing. And this is basically just a climactic, like, drug-filled scenario where they're both, assuming he's still talking about her, which he doesn't reference her as Thursday girl, but I would like to assume it's the same girl. Unless this is, like, the day after, and he's doing this with other girls, and, just being at least he's not cheating anymore. I don't think he said he's cheating on anyone yet. So 2 tracks so far, not cheating on anyone, unless you count Thursday Girl, which is the idea of the mixtape. Which is like he's doing this like sick mental game here. But we'll get into that. Life of the Party, I like the sound, I like his voice, I like the execution. So far, fave track on the mixtape. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. A high 3 out of 5. A high 3 out of 5. That being said, we'll move on to the next track. See you then. Alright, the next track is titled Thursday, after the mixtape. Basically, idea of the track, we basically delve more into the Thursday girl and into the Weeknd, and we see like she is kind of obsessive, although it's not weird to want to know like the person you're in love with, what they're doing. You want to see them more than one day of the week. So, but obviously she she's so like brainwashed. She is trying to make this relationship work, even though it obviously won't work. And she's calling him, and he's like, "What the fuck? This isn't Thursday." There's also references to the college thirsty Thursday thing. And, you know, Abel's about that age, I believe, or was during this mixtape. So, yeah, we just kind of progress from there, and he just kind of moans out, only on Thursday. And, that's about it. I think this, so far, least favorite track, just because, one, it doesn't sound very good. It's just more, he kind of repeats the lines with the, not on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I made it sound a lot more different than how he did it, but, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not feeling this one. On the next track, I believe, is Zone. Onto the Zone, but before we get that, let's get our score. Gonna give a 2 out of 5. Not feeling it. It's okay. It's average. Which I feel I'm getting so many of his tracks just average on House of Balloons. Like, how many did I give average? And then with 2 out of 3 so far, I'm just giving average. And I'm sorry, that's just how it is. I'm not gonna lie, to change the scores. But hopefully he mixes some stuff up just so I'm not repeating myself. The next track, we got the Zone, then we got the Birds Part 1 and 2, and I'm not gonna ruin it for you. If you're, like, listening to this with me, I'm not gonna ruin to you what happens. Shit goes down. Look forward to that. But, onto the Zone, we got a Drake feature. We'll get into that. On to the next one. OVOXO. A lot of O's in that statement. This is the Zone featuring Drake. The first feature we got, The Weeknd and Drake, they used to have a pretty good relationship. The Weeknd just handing Drake some songs for his album, Drake, you know, popping up on his shit. Since then, they've had a falling out or whatever, but, you know, they're both on top of the charts right now, so, this track, it's kind of long, it's kind of boring, just gonna get that out of the way. It's 7 minutes. I didn't feel like listening to a 7-minute track over and over again, so I kind of just spaced it out a little bit. But I think, one, I like the music video. It's a good music video. I kind of wish Drake and Weeknd were still, you know, cool. Because I think the Weeknd and Drake are both, like, at the high points of their career, and they could release some fire shit about now. Their early stuff, both, although I'm not fluent in Drake's early career, not as big a fan of. The music video, it incorporated a lot of the Thursday Girl, a lot of imagery from just that. And the music video also, I think they just put Drake's part earlier and cut the runtime down. Even the music video was like, dude, this fucking track, it's too long. And that's like, a lot of people, they just download the fucking music video from YouTube, and it's like, they aren't even gonna listen to the full track. It's like, what the fuck? You're fucking up, Weeknd. The song itself, it's really getting on the sad, moany stuff I was talking about. Not that he's, like, so sad in it, he's just kind of moaning again, and he's fucking, and the song doesn't necessarily even fit into this project's idea. He does reference a girl, and that girl just, with a flip of a thing, it can be Thursday Girl if you want it to be. So, I guess it could. It doesn't, like, not fit on the mixtape. Do I like the track? I think sound-wise, Drake, his verse, A Little Too Late, that's not the best verse ever. The Weeknd, his performance is lackluster. Not a big fan of the instrumental. I'm just not a big fan of it. And I don't want to slap it with another average rating, but that's what it is. To me, it's just an average song. As you know, as much as I'm like understanding what the Weeknd's going for, I'm just not into it. I under the right tone, under the right vibe, the song, could be great. Could be great to you. But I just can't really get into it no matter how I listen to it. I just like, even when I'm just trying to like it, whenever I'm listening to music, including House of Balloons or maybe anything else I reviewed and didn't like it, I'm trying to like it. I'm a pretty positive person. Whenever I'm looking at my shelf, I'm watching shit or reviewing shit, I try to look on the bright side, if I can, but I'm not gonna lie, and that's where I'm at with this song. I don't like it. It's average. If I do like it, it's a very little bit. I'm gonna give The Zone. Let's talk a little bit more about the concept. Basically, The Weeknd, he's on so many drugs. He's sipping on that good stuff. He's on that E. And then Drake's verse is kind of just like out of place. He's talking about strippers and shit. And they're both talking about sex, so it's all under the same roof, right? Yeah. I'll just get the score out of the way. I'm gonna give The Zone 5 out of 10. Are we good? Yeah, on to the next track. Have a wonderful day. Okay, we got The Birds, part 1. What to think of The Birds? Well, this is part 1. I believe it is the shortest track on the mixtape. Most of them are like about 7 or so minutes, so this one just being like a nice 3.5 minute. They're not all like 7, but they're 5 to 7 minutes, and this is a kind of nice little 3.5 one. And basically, conceptually, the idea is the girl, she's really falling for him, and he's just saying, don't fall in love with an N-word like me. I'm not gonna say the N-word on the internet. And the tagline, I'm just another bird, which is kind of, I think, like, she's getting so infatuated with him that he's like at a point just like, hey, stop. Like, whatever like use he's getting from her is probably overstating its course at this point, and I don't know what his feelings towards her are. I doubt he loves her. We're getting pretty soap opera-y. I doubt he likes her nearly to the amount that she likes him. Obviously, if he's having sex with at least 7 different women a week, that's pretty, doesn't really give a shit. Or at least he's referenced, he's doing that. He has a different girl for each day of the week. I might need some clarification for that. So yeah, The Birds Part 1, instrumentally, we have this like cool drums and I like Abel's voice on this one. Again, I like these like booming tracks. It's kind of like The Party, except a little more to the, not as like angry, I guess. Less heavy guitars. But yeah, I think he could do better without adding so much to the songs. He's like really, like on The Zone even, the last track, he was just throwing so much in, or not the last track, but whatever. So he's putting so much in to the songs, and I'm just like, that's too much, man. If you got a nice melody, just stick with that. Don't weigh it down. And he's a good singer. Just him singing over a simple beat could be enough. At the end of the song, his voice like gets almost like a nursery rhyme, high pitch kind of. it's a little bit weird. But the Birds, I like this track. It was a simple, keep it cut, like don't do so much. Like, just keep your concept, keep a good rhythm, keep a good melody, execute it well with your voice, and you got a good song, and I believe that's what he did here. I'm gonna give The Birds Part 1 a 3 out of 5. Yay. Not average. Yay. That being said, what's The Birds Part 2, obviously, the next track. We're gonna get there. The Birds Part 2. I'll see you then. This is just a quick bonus little thing. I'm not gonna include it on the official, like, part of the mixtape, but apparently there's an interlude to The Birds Part 1. Didn't even know this track existed. It's not marked down with the mixtape anywhere. Basically, it's just, conceptually, just like, Thursday girl, she's speaking, like, completely clear, and then The Weeknd, and it's a good track. I don't know why it's not on the mixtape. But, I just want to throw it in there. I think it's a good song. Check it out. I'll give it a score and link it to the beginning of the thing. Just throw it in there. But it is not part of the actual mixtape. I'm going to consider it a bonus song. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Yeah, I like it. Now we will move on to The Birds Part 2. Thank you. Okay, so we got The Birds Part 2, and this track is heavy. It is heavy. It starts with the Thursday girl seemingly offing herself. She either has discovered or just finally just couldn't take any more of The Weeknd kind of cheating on her. And she references that, oh god. She references like, because we can hear her a little bit, and The Weeknd kind of repeats what she's saying to him. Beginning of the song, we can hear gunshot, crying, boom. It doesn't specifically say if she's killing herself or someone else. Obviously, The Weeknd's character goes on beyond this, and hers does not. So I'm going to assume she kills herself, right here. And The Weeknd even says, she's on the floor, like, and stuff like that. He doesn't say it like that at all. Yeah, I really like this mixtape story about the Thursday girl. Without that, this mixtape doesn't have, much of that much at all going for it. But with this story that I actually really do like, about the Thursday girl, and this was like the climax, the ultimate, part, and it's a sad story, and, I don't really know what happens from here, because the next few songs I haven't really dived into the lyrics as much. So I will kind of assume this is where the Thursday story ends. I do know the next track is called Gone. If that's another indication he's talking about her, if not, I don't know what is. And, God, it's really creepy. The end of the song is just, like, these weird kind of screams. It doesn't, like, I don't know, it's like, it was like, they had just scream, like, a couple times, and the Thursday, whoever was doing the voiceover was like, okay, and then they just kind of had a bunch of and jumbled them together. It sounded weird, but the song sounds okay. It sounds okay. It has a nice sample by a track called Sandpaper Kisses. I'm gonna check out that artist who did that because from what I heard of that, it was pretty interesting. I checked out Beach House after the House of Balloons thing, and I really am enjoying their music. So hopefully I'll enjoy this person's too. And her sample of the Birds I mean, the line about the birds kind of ties into this whole birds part 1 and 2 thing. And oh god, Thursday girl. I'm forgetting. It said her name. On the trilogy, there's a bonus track which I believe is her name. It's named after her. We're not gonna do the bonus track in this. We're gonna do when we review the trilogy, and now I'm not going to re-review the whole thing, I'm just going to cut a little small review and also going to review the 3 bonus tracks that came on that. So I'm going to, when I do the 3 bonus tracks, the song, I believe, Valerie or something, will be in that. So look forward to that. God, the song, it's so, like, it was hard to listen to. It was like kind of, it was just kind of hard to listen to. And he's just keeping his fucking just ooh ah oh the sort. Here's this sad tale behind me. I want to fucking punch him just real quick in the face, like, cause obviously he's playing a character, but it's like your face is the only thing I can identify for this character. So, yeah, it reminded me, this is gonna sound weird as fuck, it reminded me of the anime School Days, which features another character who has a lot of sex with, a lot of people, and again, I just wanna deck him in the face, just a little bit, not the actual him, and obviously it's fiction, at least I hope it's fiction, or else you're a fucking terrible person, Abel. Let's hope this isn't based off true events. But yeah. I'm lost. I don't know how to feel. Thursday. Fuck, Thursday. It's the worst day of the week now. What day is it? Is it Thursday? No, it's like Sunday. Fuck. It would have been awesome if I was reviewing this on Thursday. I will try to cut the actual review this Thursday. I'll try, just to make it more meaningful. I probably won't, but yeah, that was the Birds Part 2. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5, mostly just for the story, because I gave a couple points for the earlier tracks for their story, but this one just relies on it. And it kind of needs the story of the whole mixtape. So, yeah, that's what I think of the Birds Part 2. We have like 2 tracks left, I believe. I'll see you guys then. Happy days. Alright, so I'm on a time limit, so I'm going to cut this one a little bit short, and hopefully pick up the next 2 songs, I believe, some other time. We have Gone. It's 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes and 7 seconds. No. 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 This is just like fucking Wicked Games, where I was like, ooh, I found a song I really like, and then it was like, oh, this next song I fucking hate. Yeah, the song, nope. It's kind of just more sex, drugs, doesn't even really reference the Weeknd girl. He kind of just sad. He doesn't specifically say he's sad because of her death. He's just fucking sad because he's sad. I heard a good quote from a reviewer. He's like, can't this guy ever just have sex and have fun doing it? Yeah, that's, right when I was like, man, that was a good story about that Weeknd girl. Then there's this track. It doesn't necessarily sound bad. It was just fucking long, and it was... I kind of get like, hey, this is supposed to be like background music at a certain point, but when I review, I have to listen. And I have to take it seriously. That being said, if it's made to be background music, I'll judge it as such. But I am going to listen to it how I want to listen to it. I don't know how to feel about this one. 'Cause it doesn't sound bad. It's just, it goes on and on, and on. I have to cut this one short. I'm gonna give Gone a 4 out of 10, a below average. Fuck it. Gone. EXO do it overdose! EXO do it overdose! We got 2 tracks left. This track is titled Rolling Stone. It's kind of, because the majority of this mixtape, even the Zone, which wasn't really, but it could have fallen under the story about the Thursday girl, and now we've kind of just left that. This is more of a message from the Weeknd to his, I guess, fan base, I guess. It's, how to describe it? First off, fun trivia that I learned, it was like, because the Weeknd was releasing each of these tracks to YouTube as just a picture, and it was like, I'm sure it was cool for his fans, you know, just, oh, Weeknd track with like a cool picture, and I love the art for each of the videos. This was the first one that actually showed his face. So it got personal, and I don't feel the character that the Weeknd has been giving so much. I just feel this is more of Abel, just kind of talking, not so much through his character. Rolling Stone, yeah. I like the sound. It's probably one of the nicest sounding songs on the mixtape. It's just the strumming guitar and him singing over it. And I'm telling you, he should stick with the simple sounds. 'Cause this, you know, not much going on here, but it sounds good and I like it. It's a good song. He says how he's afraid that his music, he's afraid he's gonna change, basically. And there was all these comments in the fucking on the video that were like, oh, his new music, that every artist is gonna have those, first off. And artists have to evolve and they have to appeal to their original fan bases, and if they want to grow, a lot of times they make changes for bigger fan bases. And did the Weeknd do that? Maybe. From what I've heard of Beauty Behind the Madness, it's fucking great. I like it a lot more than these mixtapes, personally. Then again, I wasn't there when he was releasing this stuff. It all affects it, you know? It's all about perception. I'm a person who heard some singles and, like, jumped on the bandwagon, if anything. If a lot of people, they get these personal connections, like, oh, this is my guy, like, he's making music, he's my guy. It's like picking out a person from a team and saying, oh, that one, he's mine, and then it's like when he's the MVP and everyone loves him. It feels like you lost something, and when the music coming out is different, I can understand, but as a person who's just looking at the music and then grow up on it, I'm sorry. Hey guys, my footage for the last review, when I was in the middle of it, I ran out of footage and I had to do stuff. I'm sorry. Rolling Stone, basically I said everything basically that I wanted to say, so I'm just gonna give the score real quick and hopefully we'll move on to the last track soon here. Gonna give Rolling Stone a 3 out of 5. It was a good song, yada yada yada. Yeah, just on to the next one. Alright, so the last track review for the Weeknd's Thursday. weird way to end the mixtape. The Weeknd basically is comparing himself to God a little bit. Now, let's just digest that. The track, it's kind of a simple beat. It's titled Heaven or Las Vegas. It samples a song with a similar kind of idea. Basically, I tried to get the whole idea of the song. I can't really quite get it. He's kind of pushing religion away, but then he's like saying, I'm a god of this lifestyle, I guess. And usually he's very like, I live this lifestyle, and I'm kind of back and forth. But in this, he's just like, fuck, I love my life. And it's shitty moments that happened earlier in the mixtape. With people dying. But, yeah, it's... I feel I'm saying too much about the lyrics when it's like you can even barely hear the lyrics a lot of the time. So, a lot of times, like, for certain songs, I think it matters more, sometimes it doesn't, and that's my computer. Yeah, I thought the track was okay. The lyrics were kind of questionable, but again, like, you can barely hear them. But, the song itself was a little bit boring, to be honest. I would prefer if it ended on a different note. I'm glad that the trilogy remastered thing gave it a different ending. But we'll review that track when we get to the trilogy. But yeah, just wanted to... What? I'll give it a 2 out of 5. It was okay. It was average. Back to the average. God damn it. God damn it, right when we were out of it. But, yeah, that's all I want to say. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the Weeknd, Thursday, every songs. I had fun. Echoes of Silence is next, but before then, we'll hopefully get the Thursday mixtape review out. I will try to work on the script tonight and do all the other fun bullshit. But, I'm sorry, I'm just behind. But, thank you. I will see you on Echoes of Silence, and other future videos. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much. I really do mean that. Bye.